better. Roller don't stays better. Just talk about just your thoughts on how the guys played today. You got 6 guys in double figures.
Mm-hmm.
First quarter, Go jumped out to a 3-point lead. After that, it was all charge.
Yeah. I think it was a great response from yesterday, and we challenged the group before the game, and we had a different style of pregame on a normal game day that we would have on a back-to-back. So we really dove in for about 30 minutes and watched the tape from yesterday, and I wanted those guys to see it, to feel it, and know what needed to be done differently going into this game. So we really kind of locked into what didn't work and really made the emphasis on what needed to be done in order to come out and win. But I thought the effort, I thought the intensity, I thought the togetherness was great from our group. They got off to a quick little start, and then we were able to regain momentum and control the game from there.
So you guys turned it over on your first 3 possessions. What was going through your mind at that point?
Going through my mind, outside of frustration, there were a number of thoughts, but it was more so trying to get Sharif to put it behind him, because when you just throw the ball away 2 times, 3 times like that, it can really get in your head. And so I really wanted to get Sharif to be like, hey, it's all right, move on, let's get to the next play. But I was not thrilled.
Now, Coach, you touched on Sharif a little bit. He made some key plays down the stretch. He scored 8 points in that fourth quarter. Just talk to me about how he was able to just come alive. I mean, he was relatively quiet in the first half. Just talk to me about him coming alive.
Yeah, I mean, I think he played that whole first quarter, and obviously had the turnovers early, but was able to respond and play some pretty good basketball to close the first. And then Devontae Shuler came in and again was a great spark for us, and really just had it going. And so we kind of rolled with him the rest of that second quarter. And then when Sharif returned in the fourth quarter, I thought it was just perfect timing. Devontae had done his job, and it was that closing time, and they were starting to pressure a little bit more in the full court, and Sharif, being the ball handler and the game controller that he is, was able to come and get us organized, get it across half court. And when they started to pick up the pressure and extend the defense out, it opened up that paint for him to get downhill and get to his spots.
Now, what was one of the biggest lessons that you took from last night, and how did you apply that to tonight with this big win?
Yeah, it always comes back to just winning the effort game. So that was number one for me. Is we just weren't going to allow the team them to outcompete us again. So I thought we won that battle. But outside of that, our 3 defensive keys going into the first game were protecting the paint, and we wanted to hold them under a certain amount of points, which we did. But our other 2 were defending without fouling, and then winning the rebounding battle. And we had lost both those the night before. I haven't looked at the final numbers, but we did a much better job in those areas. So let me see their points in the paint. We wanted to hold them to under 50. They had 50. Second chance points, they had 7. We wanted to hold them under 12. So we did the job.
Coach, how many times have you coached a game or seen a game where your guys or anybody you've seen hit 90% from 3? Second quarter, you guys hit 9 out of 10. Just talk about just that spark in that second quarter. Everything was just dropping.
For sure, I think a style of basketball is very contagious, right? It can go one way or the other. If guys are taking bad shots and the ball's not moving, that becomes contagious. And if the ball is moving, it is popping, and there is energy, it seems like the shots become better, and it just the approach to the shots from the guys are different. So you don't expect to make 9 out of 10 threes in a quarter, but obviously that helped us get out to that big lead there in the second quarter.
Zaire was efficient today. Just one shot total.
Yep.
When you get a game like that, again, 6 guys in double figures, but then when you have the efficiency of Zaire, you guys are one game out of the playoffs. I know you don't like to look ahead.
Yeah.
But obviously, how does you guys continue to move on from a game like this? One game at a time. But
yeah, Zaire was great. Yesterday he was in foul trouble, and then the game got away. He only played 13 minutes, so had a feeling that he would have fresh legs, and challenged him to just be. He just wasn't himself yesterday, even in those short 13 minutes. So I thought he totally responded. It was a guy that he is night in and night out, and I thought he had some great just putbacks. He just kind of seemed to be in the right spot and had a lot of great just touch shots there around the rim. And then, he did what he does always, night in and night out, and that's defend at a high level. But I think it's great for our team. obviously, and we do look at the playoff picture, and we do know that it's a short season left, so every game is extremely important. That's why I was really disappointed to drop one at home yesterday, but great job responding, and we just got to keep building and trying to create good habits and good basketball going forward the rest of the way.
So Imani had 15 points in that second quarter. How does him, when he gets going, how does that really?
Yeah, no, I mean it really does. When he's making shots at the clip that he is, and I just thought he was really efficient with his shots today. And I think you might have asked me yesterday about him and his scoring and how he's getting it and whatnot. And I just thought today it seemed very effortless, and I think that's the style of basketball that we want to see from him on a night in, night out basis. And the shots were coming off of driving kicks, and it was quick decisions, and he was very decisive in where he wanted to go and what he wanted to do.
How does somebody who can pull from anywhere on the court really just break a defense in a way that other skills don't?
Yeah, I think it helps everybody else on the floor. When he's pulling the defense out the way he is, because they have to worry about him, it opens up the paint for Sharif to penetrate. It opens up the paint for Isaiah to get to his spot. So it makes a huge difference. And I thought he did it in all areas. He had 7 points from the free throw line. He made 5 threes. He had 7 rebounds, 3 assists. So I thought he was very efficient in all areas. And then he had 0 turnovers, which is a great stat to see.
Coach, going against a high-scoring team like Capital Go-Go, you held them under their average in 111. Just talk to me, what did you see from the defense side of the ball?
Yeah, I think I thought we did a good job of just keeping them off balance today with our man and our zone defense, and so when we were having trouble guard man to man, we would kind of go to the zone and ride that out for some possessions. So I think we did have a nice balance between the two. But I thought that second group that came in and that kind of late in that second quarter with Devontae and into that second quarter, it was a lot of versatile, really good defenders, and so I just thought like the intensity just picked up. And when you do that, everybody just kind of joins in, and so those guys that came back in the game, you saw their level of defensive intensity pick up, because if it didn't, they were going to stand out.
So you guys have put together good quarters. You've had a hard time kind of backing them up today. I think